Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Hey, Central College has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu.
With new Casey's Rewards, you can turn pizza into school donations. Download the Casey's app and earn points you can turn into donations to the schools you care about most. Or turn points into Casey's Cash or fuel discounts. Start earning more ways to give and get a little more good. Casey's Rewards. Points for school, points for you, points for fuel, points for good. Now at Casey's, every fifth fountain drink you buy is free with Casey's Rewards. Casey's, here for good.
Believe it when I know ya, we going high. Gotta climb to the top, but we're never gonna stop. When I know ya, we going high. We're going high.
Des Moines. The S's are silent. Our city is buzzing. Catch what you've been missing today.
We the people are what make this community great. We work hard. We work together. And we do our part to be a part of something bigger. That's why at Fairway, we're determined to keep food prices low, quality high, and tables full. Because this is our community. And that's what we do.
At Waldorf University, we are warriors. On campus and online. In the classroom and on the field. Our work today will power tomorrow, continuing a rich tradition started in 1903. And once you're one of us, you forever are. Waldorf University, we are warriors.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics, because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Crowded lecture halls? Not anymore. Southwestern Community College is a different place. It's where we break from traditional college to do what's best for your career. It's about teaching the way you learn, having fun along the way, and giving you the experience you need for what comes next. A job and an income in as little as 1 year. That's why you go to college in the first place. Southwestern Community College. Your career starts here. Check out SWC's career-related programs at swiciowa.edu/yourcareer.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's top teams and student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's a chance for a small town kid to make it big. It's our future leaders. It's a reason to do more, to be more. And it's that farm strong spirit that can be found only in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes, the coaches on a successful year. And remember, the task ahead of you is never greater than the strength within you.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to be the title sponsor of this amazing tournament, which showcases Iowa's elite teams and student athletes. Through your hard work and extraordinary efforts, I know that you have made your hometowns proud. But I also know this isn't what you thought your season would be like, with new rules and guidelines put in place and friends and family being kept at a distance. Is something none of us ever imagined. But please know, it doesn't take away from your accomplishments or for the incredible things you've overcome to be here today. All the qualities that have brought you to this moment, determination, leadership, and beating the odds, are the same qualities Iowa farmers show every day. Your dreams, your drive, your will to succeed are never on hold, and neither is the Iowa Farm Bureau's commitment to our young people. Each year we provide nearly $500,000 in scholarships to young Iowans, recognizing student achievement in athletics, academics, and the fine arts. So today, we celebrate your farm strong spirit, and we know the future is in great hands. Congratulations again on a remarkable season, and best of luck in your tournament games.
Good evening. It is time for state softball, the 2020 version of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Softball Tournament. It is the final game in Class 1A on this field. We have another 1A game on the other field, and it's going to feature Collins-Maxwell, the top seed in 1A, and Lynnville-Sully in this matchup here, as MidAmerican Energy and Iowa Farm Bureau bring you this 1A matchup. Collins-Maxwell, they're 20-1. And the Lynnville-Sully Hawks are 19-2. Hello, everybody. I'm Paul Yeager. Glad to have you here at Harlan and Hazel Rogers in Fort Dodge as we are ready to punch final list tickets tonight. We already know all the classes but 1A. They're going to be going on at almost the exact same time, and we'll get you ready here for this matchup. Let's tell you how these two teams got here and a little bit about them. Collins-Maxwell, they are the defending champ. They are a record of 20-1. They defeated Newman Catholic in the quarterfinals. And in the circle, Michaela Hogue was impressive. She threw a complete game, gave up 8 hits, 2 earned runs, and struck out 8. And her sister, Alexis, was 2 for 2 with 2 runs as they won that contest against Newman Catholic on yesterday already, Tuesday. How did Lynnville-Sully get here? Well, they played Wayne. They have a record of 19-1, and they knocked out Wayne in the quarterfinals. And how they've done it, they've been here before, but just haven't gotten over that first bump. Mallory Loftus went 3 for 4 with a couple of RBIs. And then it was Corrine Jansen, the junior catcher. She was 2 for 4, and oh, by the way, a grand slam that changed that contest as Lynnville-Sully won 9-4 over Wayne. And that is a little bit of your background of these two teams. When we come back, we will meet the starting lineups. We'll meet the non-starters, the umpires, and we'll get you ready for softball here as MidAmerican Energy is powering our broadcast, and it is on the Iowa Farm Bureau and the Girls Union Network, powered by MidAmerican Energy. Back after this.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
They say Buena Vista University is in the middle of a bunch of fields.
Hey guys, wait up!
Game on.
They say our idea of fun is morning tea.
And afternoon tea.
And anytime tea.
And we hang out like bumps on a log.
They say Storm Lake, Iowa isn't in the center of the action. And when we study, we're not exactly grounded.
But you know what we say.
You gotta see it to believe it.
With new Casey's Rewards, you can turn pizza into school donations. Download the Casey's app and earn points you can turn into donations to the schools you care about most. Or turn points into Casey's cash or fuel discounts. Start earning more ways to give and get a little more good. Casey's Rewards. Points for school, points for you, points for fuel, points for good. Now at Casey's, every fifth fountain drink you buy is free with Casey's Rewards. Casey's, here for good.
Collins-Maxwell, the defending champ in Class 1A. They'll be the home team, and they'll be wearing blue tops and black pants. Lynnville-Sully, the road team, black pants with light blue, powder blue tops and yellow numbers. Lynnville-Sully got here with a defeat of Wayne on Tuesday afternoon. Collins-Maxwell knocked out Mason City Newman Catholic. The umpires and the coaches are exchanging cards right now. Stacy Alberts is the head coach for Lynnville-Sully. She is in her 15th season. This is the 7th team appearance, and she is a native of the area of where she's coaching. Her husband coaches baseball, used to be an assistant in softball, so it's always kind of fun. I said, so he had to go coach baseball because he wanted his own path? No, just, small town opportunities. They need good bodies to fill, and here we are. And Troy Hogue, he is the head coach for Collins-Maxwell. He is in his 4th state tournament in his 20th year of coaching, and he too has a baseball background and a little bit of the softball here, as they're no strangers to Halen and Harlan Rogers complex. He is an Esterville native, went to Waldorf, finished off at the University of Northern Iowa, and he was in Independence, Missouri. But an Iowa guy, coached football, track, softball, baseball. They both needed the head coaches. Well, 3 daughters later, and here he is. And we're going to be talking about the family trees a little bit as we get on. And you're going to meet some of these players right now at the complex as it is 79 degrees. The wind is at about 7 miles an hour. The sun is headed behind a bank of clouds. I'm not going to say anything more about those clouds than that, other than let's hope this game moves along at a quick pace. As we are just moments away, as Collins-Maxwell in that opening game, they have that experience, but they have that target on their back. Everybody's familiar with them, and there's a little bit of added pressure, but there's also a little bit of the, hey, we've been here before, we know we can win, but let's not give it away with 3 or 4 errors or get down 4 or 5 runs or something like that. It's just a matter of how these young ladies are going to perform, and that's what makes it fun. And we'll have first pitch here coming up just after at almost 7 o'clock. As I believe what we have right now is a little bit of a lineup situation where we have one on the board, and now we're going to find out who these ladies are.
Now you guys get the good view. Now you get the good view.
I can't say that. Craig is snoozing with the young. And the Collins-Maxwell Spartans. It was a great job by the Hawks. The way about the first round, and Alex non-starters and assistant coaches. Got a big break, a little pop-up that was in the Hawks' favor on
Number 8, Jaden Brand. Number 9, Lily Seilstra. 15, Michaela Tice. Number 19, Kennedy Kesley. Number 20, Janelle Rosendahl. Number 31, Abby Squires. And number 33, Elizabeth Squires. Your assistant coaches, Shelby Newell and Daniel King. And now, here's your starting lineup. For the Hawks from Lynnville-Sully, leading off and doing the catching, number 10, Corinne Jensen. Batting second at shortstop, number 29, Kalia Harrison. Batting third at second base, number 27, Caitlin Albert. Leading up third for the Hawks, the third baseman, number 6, Mallory Loftus. Batting fifth in right field, number 21, Lacey Keel. Batting sixth and doing the pitching, number 4, Denali Conover. Batting seventh in center field, number 11, Kaylor Nowharder. Batting eighth in left field, number 12, Reagan McFarland. Batting in the ninth position, the designated player, number 5, Megan Vincenti. Your flex player playing at first base, number 18, Aaliyah James. Head coach for the Lynnville-Sully Hawks, Stacy Alvarez. And now, here are your non-starters and assistant coaches for the home team from Collins-Maxwell. Number 1, Avery Sully. Number 4, Janae Jones. Number 6, Angela Culkin. Number 9, Carrie Baldwin. Number 10, Kenzie Pearson. Number 12, Marissa Bogie. Number 14, Isabel Hill. Number 15, Sophie Watson. Number 18, Ava Decklever. Number 20, Mary Stout. And number 21, Vivian Taylor. Your assistant coaches, Jean Birchmeyer. Tim Wilson. Leslie. And now, here's your starters for the Collins-Maxwell Spartans. Leading out and playing shortstop, number 2, Alexis Ho. Number 7, Emma Kaler. And doing the pitching, number 5, Michaela Ho. For the Spartans and doing the catching, number 16, Reagan Forensic. And right field, number 17, Ella Kaler. The designated player, number 19, Ava Meyer. At second base, number 8, Olivia Pasquarello. At third base, number 11, Erica Hogue. In the ninth position, the right fielder, number 3, Trinity Stover. And your flex player at first base, number 24, Braylon Tankerston. Head coach for the Collins-Maxwell Spartans, Troy Hogue. Now, ladies and gentlemen, turn your attention to our home plate area. The umpiring crew for this contest assigned by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. At first base, Jason Slater. At third base, Jason Lewis. And calling the balls and strikes this evening, Jody Walenga. All right, who's ready for championship level softball?
Here's a look at your starting lineups, which are brought to you by Buena Vista University. Located in Storm Lake, Iowa, Buena Vista University prepares students for lifelong success through transformational academic, professional, and co-curricular programs. Schedule your visit today at bvu.edu. Hogue, Kaler, Hogue, Franzen, Kaler, Myers, Pasquarello, Hogue, Stover, and then Tankersley will be at first base. For Lynnville-Sully, Jansen, Earlsman, Alberts, Loftus, Keene, Conover, Noun, Harder, McFarland, Van Zant, and James. That's a look at your lineups. And we are just a moment away from state softball. And we have 74 degrees, 79 degrees, feels like 83. We were up in the upper 80s for a temperature and a feels like temperature somewhere around 95, 96 today. Then a bank of clouds came in. There was rain to the south, but that sun is out. And we have blue skies directly overhead, but then we've got that shade of blue that of those clouds to the north and to the west. There is a look at the starting pitcher for Collins-Maxwell, and that's Michaela Hogue, the senior who's headed to the University of Virginia. She's 18-1 with a .43 ERA and 188 strikeouts coming into the tournament. She had 8 the other night, or the other game. Opponents struggled to hit the ball, but Newman Catholic did. They were able to find the pitch and able to square it a little bit. I asked Coach Hogue after the game, I go, you know, Newman hit the ball. He goes, yeah, but I think we missed some spots. Softball is incredibly important with location and where you're trying to find that pitch, and we're going to find out how Michaela bounces back here. She'll face Corrine Jensen. Corinne Jansen to bat. She'll lead it off. And we're ready for first pitch. And the first pitch coming your way at 7:02 on Wednesday night is a strike. Jansen, a .407 hitter. She's got 15 stolen bases on this shortened season. 24 hits coming into the tournament. Tonight, she's catching. Next pitch from Hogue. Catches the corner of the plate for strike 2. Hogue working ahead on this opening batter. The 0-2 spins out of the zone, but it didn't matter. Jansen swung and missed. Strike 3, and that's the first out of the inning, and also the first strikeout for Hogue.
Ella Kaler is in right. Erica Hogue at third base. Alexis Hogue at shortstop. Olivia Pasquarello, the second baseman. Braylon Tankersley is at first base.
And that pitch is out of the zone.
Catcher for Collins-Maxwell is Reagan Franzen. Michaela Hogue, the starting pitcher for the Spartans. Blue and black battle here.
Kaylee Erzman, she's ahead in the account, 1-0. The pitch from Hogue. Throws the bunt, offers at it. That's a strike. The 1-1 pitch as Erzman digs in from the left side, and that's a ball. Erzman playing short. She is a senior. Batting .491 coming into the tournament. And that pitch is fouled into the netting off to our left. Wind blowing a little bit in from right field. And that pitch misses, and the count goes full. Kind of hear the wind picked up in a couple of places. It's gusted at times. And that pitch is swung on a miss by Earlsman, and that's the second strikeout of the inning and the second out of the inning. Caitlin Alberts will bat, the second baseman. She's a junior. And she, too, will dig in from the left side of the plate. Digging in against Hogue, who winds and fires. That pitch is out. Albert's a junior. Her average coming into the tournament, .491. That pitch is fouled into the net. Lynnville-Sully only 2 losses on the season. One to Eddyville-Blakesburg-Fremont on the 9th of July, a 2-1 loss right before regionals. And back on 6/27, a conference matchup a game with Albia. That pitch is a called strike from home plate umpire Jody Walenga. Jason Slater at first and Jason Lewis at third tonight is the crew in blue. Alberts, the 1-2 pitch to her is out and hits the netting, and then it hits the backstop here, and you can hear it hit. So our microphone is kind of busy in this first half inning. The 2-2 popped up, but out of play behind us. Albia into the Class 3A state championship with a 2-1 win over Mount Vernon just about 2 hours ago. About an hour ago. Time does move rather quickly here when you've got games on 4 diamonds. That's a little bit of a change. The 2-2. Strike 3, and Hogue strikes out the side. Lynnville-Sully doesn't score in their half. Collins-Maxwell coming up.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Hey, Central College has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu.
Central College has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is now more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu. Lynnville-Sully goes 1-2-3 as Hogue strikes out the side, and Collins-Maxwell will now bat with Alexis Hogue, Emma Kaler, Michaela Hogue, Reagan Franzen, Ella Kaler, Ava Myers, Olivia Pasquarello, Erica Hogue, and Trinity Stover is the lineup, and they will face the pitcher for Lynnville-Sully, one of 2 Denali's pitching at this state tournament this weekend. Denali Conover against Wayne. She had 8 hits, gave up 8 hits, 4 runs, 2 of them earned, walked 1, and struck out 1. On the season coming in to this tournament, she had a record of 17-2 with an ERA of 2.17 through 112 2/3 innings pitch. Gave up 35 earned runs. She has walked 46. Not a major strikeout pitcher like some players that you see, but she gets the outs. Just for comparison, Michaela Hogue has 188 strikeouts, and Conover has 58. So 2 different styles of pitchers, as Alexis Hogue is down on the count, 0-1. Swung on, put past the second baseman who was drawn in. Alberts there had come in expecting a bunt from Hogue, and she had to watch it go by her into center field. First hit of the game for either team, and it's Alexis Hogue. So that'll bring in Emma Kaler. Kaler playing left field tonight. You see the word Spartans. It is Collins-Maxwell now, what it used to be. For a while they were known as Collins-Maxwell-Baxter, but that relationship ended. The throw down to second on the stolen base attempt by Hogue is not in time, and Hogue has a stolen base. So now Kaler will look to either sacrifice or figure out a way to find some grass and get a run home. Collins-Maxwell between Ames and Des Moines along I-35. Bunt is down, and it's a foul ball as Kaler got it down, but just not enough as Jansen hopped out, but didn't have to hop into fair territory to field it. So it'll be an 0-2 pitch to Kaler coming from Conover. Nice pitch. That had some good spin, and that was headed out of the zone, and Kaler was able to foul it off and live for another day. Lynnville-Sully is, you would technically call it southeast Iowa. In that Pella area, Montezuma, Grinnell, Newton, if you're looking for a little familiarity. These two towns not too terribly far apart. That pitch hits Kaler. Troy Hogue and Jody Walenga having a conversation about where the hit pitch was. The home plate umpire says it was in the box, but Troy Hogue says if she's in the box, it's a hit. It's a hit by pitch. We'll do it again with the 1-2. That one's low. Throw down to third is in time, but the tag doesn't make it. So Hogue steals third, kind of thinking that nobody was maybe paying attention. Loftus just didn't have, the throw was there, but it was a little high. And by the time she got it down. So now Collins-Maxwell has a runner at third, nobody out. 2-2 pitch coming to Emma Kaler once she gets back in the box. Loud contingent from Collins-Maxwell here tonight. You'll hear them if they score. Ground ball back up to the pitcher. Throw to first, back to third is a look, but no throw. Kaler hits it right on the nose, but right at Conover and is retired. Great play by the pitcher. And it'll be up to another pitcher, Michaela Hogue. Michaela, not too bad in the circle, not too bad at the plate either, batting .458. She's so good they give her the free pass. Intentional walk. So Hogue, Michaela goes to first with Hogue, Alexis stays at third. Avery Fricky is the courtesy runner, which is a IMT insurance. All of today's substitutions are brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Runners at the corner, one out. The pitch is high. The throw back to the pitcher, going down to second, is Fricky. So now you got runners at second and third. And a 1-0 pitch. So she was running on that one. That pitch to Reagan Franzen, who was 2 for 2 against Newman earlier. Collins-Maxwell is in the area of I-35, just as a generality, but it's in that area of Highway 65 between Colo and Baxter. Give you a little generalities of where things are at. So off of I-35, and you could say Lynnville-Sully is off of I-80 to the south. Fun with geography in Iowa, Alex. I'll take that for 300. The 3-0 pitch is coming to Reagan Franzen. That one is high. Ball 4, bases loaded for Ella Kaler. Alexis Hogue at third, and we're going to have another courtesy runner. This time it's Janaea Jones. And all substitutions are brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. So Jones at third, Fricky at second, Hogue at first. A conference with Stacy Alberts in the circle. As I anticipate, we're going to hear a little bit more wind as the evening wears on. The conditions are overcast now, as we've seen a lot of that blue sky disappear that's the same color as the Spartan uniforms, and a little more color like Lynnville-Sully. Bases loaded, 1 out. Big spot here for Ella Kaler, the senior. First pitch is out of the zone. Kaler batting .373, 15 RBIs. This is not an uncommon position where runners are on base ahead of her. She offers the bunt and she fouls it, so the squeeze was on. Coach Hogue says, I just need it on the ground, she'll beat it. Meaning his daughter Alexis. The 1-1. Hit past third, into left, base hit, 1-run scores. Alexis Hogue, Collins-Maxwell strikes first on an Ella Kaler RBI single. Bases still loaded, still 1 out for Ava Myers. So Braylon Tankersley, the DP, is lifted. So Tankersley in for Myers, Myers in the field. Braylon hits it high, playable in left field. Coming over, it's out of the glove of the left fielder. Run is going to score. Runner to third, and she'll be out, as all it was a force on a high fly ball. Reagan McFarland had it in the glove for a moment. So Tankersley is on with an error. So Fricky scores. Franzen's out on the play, 7-5. Kaler at second, Tankersley at first. And the batter is Olivia Pasquarello. 2-0, Collins-Maxwell. And that pitch is fouled off to the right. So Braylon, the senior, put it in play and just hoped for the best, and she got some success, but it did get the lead runner out, and on that situation, you're tagging up because likely you're going from second to third thinking the throw is going to go home because it's shallow enough. You normally tell those runners halfway on a pop fly. 7th Spartan to bat, and that one's out of the zone. The rise ball had a little too much from Conover. McFarland, Naunherter, and Keene left to right in the outfield. Jansen behind the plate, waits for the pitch from Denali Conover. The 3-1 is ball 4. Yet another walk for the Hawks. 3rd walk this inning, one of them intentional. So the base is loaded. So we will have Erica Hogue is set to come up, but we're going to have coming in to run is Carrie Baldwin, and that is a substitution which are brought to you throughout the coverage of the tournament by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. So Carrie Baldwin goes to second for Tankersley. So Baldwin's at second, Kaler is at third, and Pasquarello is at first. 2 in already for Collins-Maxwell, looking to add to it. 2 outs, first pitch from Conover is a ball. Erica Hogue, the 8th grader, grew up around this sport of softball, watched her sisters play. Not much doubt about what she was going to do. Loves playing with her sister. Second pitch is out. Ball 2. You will find in Class 1A good pitching. And then there's great pitching. And you'll find teams that can hit. It's a matter of how you hit that good pitching to great pitching that separates the state qualifiers from the state championship players. And so far, Collins-Maxwell scoring first 2-0, and the base is loaded, have a chance to break this game open and get themselves on the right path for them. Well hit, but foul. Way ahead of it was Erica Hogue. As Coach Alberts throws that one in. And one of those new protocols this year is that the defensive team throws in the new softball if the one from before goes out of play. All sanitized before re-entering action. The 2-2 pitch to Erica Hogue is hit up the middle, base hit. 1 run's going to score. Here comes Baldwin. They're going to hold her now at third. She dives back into the bag. And it's a 2-out single for Erica Hogue. And another run scores. 3-0 Collins-Maxwell. Baldwin was initially waived, but Naunherter got it in a hurry. So Trinity Stover will bat. She is the 9th Spartan to come to the plate here in the bottom of the first. The pitch, low. Newman Catholic yesterday against Collins-Maxwell had a couple of hits early, got a couple of runners on, and just kind of kept each inning hanging close, hanging close. That's a strike to Stover. Prior to Newman scoring, the 8 seed had yet to score on this field. So there'd been 2 other games involving the top seed, and they hadn't scored. Swing and a miss by Trinity Stover. And now Denali Conover is a strike away from getting out of this inning. And that would be big to only have given up 3 runs when it seems like there's been bases loaded Collins-Maxwell this entire inning. The pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and that is how it ends. Collins-Maxwell scores 3, but they leave the bases loaded in the first.
We the people are what make this community great. We work hard. We work together. And we do our part to be a part of something bigger. That's why at Fairway, we're determined to keep food prices low, quality high, and tables full. Because this is our community. And that's what we do.
They say Buena Vista University is in the middle of a bunch of fields.
Hey guys, wait up! Game on. They say our idea of fun is morning tea. And afternoon tea.
And anytime tea.
And we hang out like bumps on a log.
They say Storm Lake, Iowa isn't in the center of the action.
And when we study, we're not exactly grounded.
But you know what we say.
You gotta see it to believe it.
Mallory Loftus, Lacey Keene, and Denali Conover due up for Lynnville-Sully as they look up at a 3-0 deficit to Collins-Maxwell. Here on Kruger Seeds Field, which is Diamond 1, the championship diamond, and you'll be able to watch all the championships, which begin Thursday evening. You can watch them all on Iowa PBS. Brad Wells, Molly Parrott will have the calls of the Class 5A and 4A championship games. And then on Friday afternoon, Laura Leonard and I will tell you about Class 3A, 2A, and 1A. Hope you can make softballs part of your next few day plans. That bunt, great looking bunt. The Hogue dives. I don't know if she got it. No. Oh, they're going to call her. Home plate umpire says out. The first base umpire did not make a call. They're going to say Michaela Hogue fielded Loftus's hit and got her 1U. So now Stacy Alberts is going to come in and ask for a clarification. The first base umpire, Jason Slater, did not make a call, which would indicate the runner is safe. So now what the umpires will do is they will ask, what did you see? Did you see something different? And the Collins-Maxwell fans like it as Troy Hogue Coach Albert still trying to get an explanation on that one. Still not sure she agrees with the call, but there have been a couple of tough calls here that have come into question for both sides. Fans will say everybody's against us. Nice pitch from Hogue to Lacey Keene. So Loftus, great bunt. That thing was like 8 inches off the line the entire way down. And Hogue, her only chance to make a play was to field it and tag. That pitch spins out to Lacey Keene. Fouled back into the net for Keene. The junior who's playing right field tonight. Loftus was looking to do a little bit more. She was 3 for 4 with a home run. But now it's up to Keene. And that pitch rattles off of Franzen's right knee and skirts to the left. Hogue, who had a pretty good freshman sophomore season, was kind of asked to go visit to some camps, and went down to Florida State. That pitch spins out. Lacey Keene is struck out, and that is the 4th strikeout for Hogue. 2nd out of the inning. Hogue, who, when you're these 3 sisters playing together for this year, hit towards right, gets past first base, and goes back throwing towards home. Franzen dives. And going to her right was Tankersley. And then when the ball came in from right, it went all the way to the plate, and Franzen kept it from going, as it's a single for Conover. And it's another substitution. Brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Courtesy runner for the pitcher is Michaela Tice. First pitch from Hogue is out of the zone. The pitch to Noun Harder is swung on and missed. Kaler here trying to extend this inning. At least get some runners on and just hope for the best defensively. Put the pressure on the D. That pitch is hit hard, but it dies right in front of short. Quick throw in time. Hogue to Tankersley, and Lynnville-Sully's retired. Still a 3-0 lead for the Spartans.
MidAmerican Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Des Moines. The S's are silent. Our city is buzzing. Catch what you've been missing today.
Top of the order for Collins-Maxwell. They've already put 3 on, looking to add 2. It'll be Alexis Hogue, Emma Kaler, and Michaela Hogue pitching against Denali Conover. So the Spartans bat around in their first at-bat. Lynnville-Sully does get their first hit. 0-1-1 for Lynnville-Sully, 3-3-0 for Collins-Maxwell. Alexis Hogue on that left side of the plate. Looks at it. She started the game with a hit. You like that leadoff to be the table setter. She set a lot of tables in her career. That pitch is inside as Hogue ran up on it. Alexis is the shortstop. She's a slapper. But as her dad says, she is the catalyst for this team. Hit in the air, coming in to make a diving catch. Wow, Reagan McFarland. That is a great play. Put a star in the book by that one. McFarland already playing a shallow left field because of the slap batter at the plate. I won't say made it look easy. She made it look good. The pitch to Emma Kaler is a strike. Kaler grounded out to the pitcher back in the first. And she hits that one towards second off the glove of Alberts, who collects but not in time. As Alberts was trying to collect that one, trying to make her own diving play. And that's going to be ruled an error on Alberts. She was diving for it, went off her glove. So now Kaler at first and Michaela Hogue fouls it. And you could hear where it went in the bleachers behind, which are not with any teams or fans sitting there, umpires and media sitting there, different seating around this year. Fans around the outside, some clustered in family units, some in their chairs, trying to have some distance, but when you bring a whole town, they try to separate as best they can. Michaela Hogue with an RBI sitting out there. Watches that one spin out from Conover. Coach calls Michaela the best power hitter on this team. She fouls that one away. Some teams won't pitch to her, and that's what Lynnville-Sully did the last time. They gave her the intentional walk, and it ended up costing a run. That runner came around to score. That pitch, wow! What a pitch! Oh, that had a ton of movement from Conover. Second out. 2 away for Reagan Franzen. Runner at first is Hogue, and that pitch, she's running, throws at second. The tag that time is made. Now wait a minute. They're going to say fielder interference. So now Hogue, and now Stacy Alberts comes out. And now we'll find out. It was an incredible tag by Alberts. It was thrown to the second base side as the crew huddles. So now the umpire who made the call will offer his explanation. Now, Coach Alberts knows the game of softball. I was told before the game about she knows every rule in that book inside and out. Probably has seen it all as a coach or as a player. She played at Central College in Pella. And there is still some conversation between the umpire and the coach, and we've seen both coaches get fairly and Alberts will return to the dugout, and her fan base gets excited, and Collins-Maxwell gets excited. Kaler will stay at second. on the fielder's obstruction. So now we're not sure what the count is, as Coach Hogue asks. It was a ball. So Reagan Franzen ahead in the count, 1-0. Everybody knows now. There's 2 outs, 1 ball, no strike. The pitch. Ball 2. So there's been a little bit of intensity here from both of these squads, from some judgment calls that are foul down the right side or left side. The benefits of replay, we would show you those a couple, but then the umpires always give me a hard time about why are you showing my call? But here you can just go back and look at it, but we don't have quite all the angles that we will on Thursday and Friday. And that's what the umpire doesn't have either. They don't have the benefit of replay either. It's what they see in that moment. And it is a hard job, but it is one that these umpires are very passionate about. It's a tight-knit community of men and women that love the game, and if that pitch is out and it's ball 4 to Franzen, and the umpires are always looking for more if you want to stay connected to the game. So we'll have a courtesy runner for the catcher. And again, a substitution brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. The runner again is Jones. So Kaler had an RBI single and then eventually scored the 3rd run of the game. And now Collins-Maxwell trying to make a little bit of noise here with 2 outs. The first 2. Well hit towards center, but playable. It'll stay. Now Herner makes the catch, and the Spartans are retired. So we go to the 3rd.
With new Casey's Rewards, you can turn pizza into school donations. Download the Casey's app and earn points you can turn into donations to the schools you care about most. Or turn points into Casey's Cash or fuel discounts. Start earning more ways to give and get a little more good. Casey's Rewards. Points for school, points for you, points for fuel, points for good. Now at Casey's, every 5th fountain drink you buy is free with Casey's Rewards. Casey's, here for good.
Collins-Maxwell leaves a pair of runners in their half of the second. They still lead 3-0 as Lynnville-Sully will have Reagan McFarland, Megan Van Zandt, and Corinne Jansen.
Starting things off for Lynnville-Sully, that fielder number 12, Reagan McFarland.
Not exactly the fastest game, but there's been some action. Had a couple of discussions between coaches and umpires. We've had bases loaded, we've had walks, we've had strikeouts. It's got everything. What we're missing are a couple of extra base hits or maybe a home run. Let's see what McFarland can do. Reagan, the sophomore, from the left side, stabs at it, offers at the pitch. She's behind the count 1-2. The 1-2 from Hogue is swung on and missed, and McFarland is out. Megan Van Zanti, the designated player, will step in from the right side. First pitch, hit. Back to the pitcher, Ho, who goes over to Tankersley to record the out. So if you're not striking them out, you're throwing them out. Corinne Jensen will bat. She had a grand slam against Wayne in the opening round quarterfinal game yesterday. She was pretty excited about it, talking about it after the game. She bats here in the third. Hits that one high in the air to right, but it's going to get out of the fair territory and about 15 feet to the right. She was 2 for 4 yesterday, was Jansen. The 0-1 on the way. That's out. Trying to get that curve to work. So Coach Hogue, well hit over the head of the left fielder, Kaler. It's going to go all the way to the wall, and it's going to be a stand-up double for Corinne Jansen. That was smashed. It's also an extra base hit, which are brought to you by Kruger Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Visit KrugerSeed.com today. Excellent piece of hitting by Jansen. I don't think Kaler realized that thing was moving that fast. That was a rocket. Erzman, Kalia Erzman bats now. Number comes from the dugout. Coach Hogue uses numbers for both pitches and for his hitters and base runners. And he says, I went to it a few years ago, and it's worked like a charm. He says everybody knows that nobody can claim they missed the sign. The numbers are simple. 216, 479. You don't know what it means unless you're on that team. Could be the first number, could be the second number, could be the third. Kalia behind, 0-2. She looks at Jansen out there in center field. Looks to get her home, or at least trade places with her. Over on, this is one of 2 1A semifinals. Swung on and missed. Erzman's out. So are the Hawks. They trail 3-0.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
That's a look at the third base dugout and Collins-Maxwell. It's their turn to bat here in the bottom of the third. Take a look at those skies behind the trees. You see that color, you know what that might mean, but it's my farm. It never rains on my farm. You kind of see those clouds to the north, too. Now we have the home plate umpire talking to the Lynnville-Sully dugout, and now she's going to go over to the radio. See what the call is. Probably looking at the DP situation as Tankersley. It's actually Ava Myers who's listed, but Tankersley will bat. The 1-0 is hit towards third. Loftus up with it over to first and James, and that is the first out of the Collins-Maxwell third. Olivia Pasquarello will bat. She had a walk back in the first. That one's hit down the third base line. Gonna get in the left field. Pass a diving Loftus. That one was just pulled down the line by Pasquarello for a base hit. A one-out single for Olivia Pasquarello brings in Erica Hogue. Loftus has a big wingspan, but she's gonna need 3 extra feet to get that one. Hogue had a hit, and she swings and kind of pool cues it to the right side. One of the things that teams will do in warm-ups is the coach will hit the ball with some extra spin, trying to give those fielders not just a standard ground ball, but one of those spinny ones. This one hit at Loftus. She looks at second, gets the out there, across to first, in time. Double play, and Lynnville-Sully makes it look easy. Great piece of defense to end the inning.
Crowded lecture halls? Not anymore. Southwestern Community College is a different place. It's where we break from traditional college to do what's best for your career. It's about teaching the way you learn, having fun along the way, and giving you the experience you need for what comes next. A job and an income in as little as 1 year. That's why you go to college in the first place. Southwestern Community College. Your career starts here. Check out SWC's career-related programs at swciowa.edu/yourcareer.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's top teams and student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's a chance for a small town kid to make it big. It's our future leaders. It's a reason to do more, to be more. And it's that farm strong spirit that can be found only in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes, the coaches on a successful year. And remember, the task ahead of you is never greater than the strength within you.
Great piece of defense to end the third as Loftus gloved the line drive, went to Alberts, who then turned it on to James, and you just don't always get the 5-4-3 double play. When you hit it that hard, you do. Caitlin Alberts, Mallory Loftus, and Lacey Keene do up for Lynnville-Sully. Alberts struck out back in the first. Bats from the left side. Third place hitter for this team. That one's hit towards third, and Erica Hogue, and it's foul. Over on the other diamond, we'll have a scoring update soon. It is Lisbon and Clarksville. And these two teams, the winners of these two games, will play Friday at 7:30. Will it be Collins-Maxwell or Lynnville-Sully? Or will it be Lisbon or Clarksville? Ogden has advanced in 2A to the finals. And North Lynn was leading when I left that diamond. And I'm sure online you'll quickly tell me who won that game. Albia and Williamsburg in 3A, and Carlisle and Winterset in 4A. And the 5A title game will be Cedar Rapids Kennedy and a team from a town called Fort Dodge. Andy Adams' Fort Dodge Dodgers advanced to the title game today as they knocked out Ankeny Centennial. That diamond was full of people. Great to see. Popped up and getting out of play is the swing from Alberts, who's having a really good at-bat here. Last night we were down in an hour 25 on this 7 o'clock game. Not sure we're going to make that tonight. The 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed. The rise ball from to Alberts is the 6th, now make it 7th strikeout for Hogue. Hogue had 8 strikeouts and no walks in the quarterfinal. She's on that same pace. She winds and fires to Mallory Loftus. Loftus was 3 for 4 in the game against Wayne with a home run. Lynnville-Sully bats here in the 4th with 1 out. Loftus skies it towards right, but it's going to drift out, and making the grab is Braylon Tankersley right in front of the Lynnville-Sully dugout. So Lacey Keene will have the responsibility of keeping the bat going, keeping the line moving for Lynnville-Sully. First pitch to Keene. Fouled back into the net as you see the net move. This is only the 3rd game of the day on this diamond. The pitch from Hogue popped up. It's close to staying in play, but it goes up above us. This year, to spread out teams and crossover exposure, the Union enlisted all 4 of the diamonds usually used, 2 of them for consolation games. They were used as championship bracket games. That pitch spins out to Keene. So if you played on, say, diamond 1 or 2, you'd end up on 3 or 4, veteran or Dodger, for one of your games, either quarterfinal or semifinal. Well hit towards left, just a question if it stays fair, and it doesn't. Hits the tarpon left, and Kaler will chase it down and throw it back into play. So both of these teams, Lynnville-Sully and Collins-Maxwell, they both have played up on either diamond 1 or diamond 2. The Clarksville and Lisbon, they too also played only up here. That ball is fouled back, and still staying alive is Lacey Keene. So 1A, all of their games are up here. Other games, other classes, would rotate through. Take Fort Dodge, for example. They opened up here and then finished today in their semifinal game down on Veterans Field. Called third strike on Lacey Keene. That's number 8 as we go to the bottom of the 4th.
MidAmerican Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
At Waldorf University, we are warriors. On campus and online. In the classroom and on the field. Our work today will power tomorrow, continuing a rich tradition started in 1903. And once you're one of us, you forever are. Waldorf University, we are warriors.
On to the bottom of the 4th, Collins-Maxwell enjoys a 3-love lead over Lynnville-Sully. 0-2-3 for the Hawks, 3-4-0 for the Spartans. So Trinity Stover, the 9th-place hitter. She was the 9th batter to bat in the 1st, and she struck out to end the inning, and she bats to lead off the 3rd, or the 4th, I'm sorry. That one is pulled as she got just rolled over on it. Great pitch from Conover. Stover's out, 3-U. So Alexis Hogue will come in, the sophomore shortstop. Got a single to start the game and a fly out to left. Back in the 2nd on a great diving play by Reagan McFarland. The lefty looks in. Back to the pitcher. Conover hops up, throws it across to James. Looks easy there for the 2nd out of the inning. And James didn't necessarily get it back in the glove, but she used both hands. That's a good fundamental lesson there to keep it in the breadbasket. 2 away for Emma Kaler. And that's a strike, called strike. The 0-1 is, did she go? No, swing from Kaler, who grounded out to the pitcher back in the 1st and reached on an error in the 2nd. Bats here in the 4th. 2 outs. The 1-1 inside. Collins-Maxwell, they benefited from 8 walks by Mason City Newman. And that's kind of the way the pace we were going early on is Conover was kind of struggling. She intentionally walked 1, then walked another and another. 3 walks. Ball hit towards right, coming in as the ball slices away from her is Lacey Keene. She grabs it, and the side's retired here in the 4th.
Hey, Central College has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu.
Central College, everybody, has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is now more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu. One Central College alum, Stacy Alberts. Alberts played in Pella and at that time, and Central still is, I don't mean to say that they've come down, but she was in the national championship round there in the 90s. And her husband is the baseball coach there at Lynnville-Sully. He played football at Central from the Aplington-Parkersburg area there. And his cousin is Trey Alberts. He used to play at Nebraska, and then I think he's still in athletics, now as an athletics director at University of Omaha. Alberts has a physical therapy business in a couple of the communities around the area. As the batter here, Denali Conover, the pitcher. She had a hit back in the second. One of only 2 hits that Lynnville-Sully has been able to scratch out in the first 4 innings. And now Conover is behind in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 is fouled off. Just got a piece of it. You know, the college season only got started. Had a chance to talk to a couple of former players who've played on these fields over the last few years who are now playing college, and many said about 10, 12 games as the rise ball is out of the zone. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. A lot of seasons cut short. Ron Farrell, head coach at Assumption, also coaches St. Ambrose in Davenport. He only had half of 1 season, and then here this partial season. Strike 3 called on Conover, and she's out on strikes. And that's now 9 for Hogue. A lot of these teams, I mentioned it last night, about 20, 21 games. And if you would have said in early to mid-April, are you okay with 20 games? They would have said yes. First pitch to Downharder is swung on and missed. Kaler, playing center, a junior, grounded out to short in the second. Bats here in the 5th. She goes down to get a word. The pitch is just a little bit off the plate. Now, Lynnville-Sully was able to get through the regional tournaments at Tri-County, Sigourney, and New London. The pitch is hit into left field. What a rope by Noun-Harder. That gets past the left fielder. She's digging for second, and in there with a 2-out or a 1-out double. Nice piece of hitting by Noun-Harder. What a smash. And a reminder that all extra base hits today are brought to you by Kruger Seeds, your local seeds dealer. Visit KrugerSeed.com today. What a hit. Couple of doubles. When Hogue's missed, Lynnville-Sully's been able to make them into extra base hits, but that's only the 3rd hit for Lynnville-Sully. And we are going to have a pinch hitter right here. Janelle Rosendahl, and all substitutions today are brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. So Rosendahl is a senior, sometimes plays in the field. She's a .233 hitter, but sometimes coaches just feel either A, I want to get that player on at bat, or B, I just feel something, or the numbers tell me something. Kind of mix up the lineup a little bit. And sometimes that wakes up the other players of, oh yeah, I gotta produce here. Let's see what Rosendahl can do on the 1-1. Called strike. And now Hogue is ahead. Now Harder is at second. The 1-2. What a pitch. Right on the corner. Called strike. 10th of the game for Michaela Hogue. That's only the second out. Wow. Wow. So another pinch hitter coming. Due up is Megan Van Zanti. And they're going to, the flex and the DP, so that means Aaliyah James is going to bat. And that is another substitution, which is brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. So Aaliyah James hits. So now Van Zanti, the designated player, which in softball is a little different than the designated hitter, and that one can come over and can be removed and then reinserted, and one of those intricacies of the rules of softball. Coaches will use that. So here it's 3-0. Over on the other diamond, the score is Clarksville leads Lisbon 1-0 in the top of the 5th. So we are on a sprint to see who can finish first. We're in the top of the 5th. Hey, that sounds just like us. Hogue's first pitch to James is a called strike. So Albert's trying to pull a couple of strings, a couple of levers, a couple of knobs. Trying to recalibrate here as this game is getting late. Swung on and missed James. And now she's down in the hole, 0-2. The pitch from Hogue is out. The old 0-2, how aggressive is your batter? You find out on that 0-2 pitch, especially someone who comes off the bench cold to batting. James playing in the field, so she's not cold to the game. Plate discipline is so important against good pitchers. The 2-2 from Hogue is inside. That one may have curved around the plate as Franzen asked the umpire, where was that? Politely. So now after Hogue got up 0-2, she's now behind on a full count to James. Aaliyah James, the sophomore, swings and misses. Strikeout number 11 as we go to the bottom of the 5th.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Lynnville-Sully 0. Collins-Maxwell 3. I was stretching, sorry. Threw off my mojo. Due up for Collins-Maxwell, Michaela Hogue, Reagan Franzen, and Ella Kaler. Their positions due up in the batting order. That is 3, 4, 5. As the Spartans looked like they were going to blow this thing open in the first, they had bases loaded a couple of times. I'd say only got 3 runs across. First pitch is swung on and fouled out of play. Hogue had gotten on, Kaler had grounded out, so there was 1 out. And then Hogue, Michaela was intentionally walked. And then Franzen walked to load the bases. And then it was an RBI by Kaler. But a lot of those hits were not to the fence. They were in shallow territory, and so you could only really send 1 run at a time back in the first. That next pitch from Conover is low, ball 1. 3-0 Collins-Maxwell. Only scoring in the first, all 0 since. The pitch is high. Lynnville-Sully will have the top of the order due up, and they're half the 6. You're going to kind of feel that that's going to be a key time for the Hawks. The pitch, low. As nightfall begins to take over here in earnest. That pitch misses, and Hogue is on with a traditional walk. So that's walk number 5 for Conover, and those walks can be tough. So we're going to have a substitution here, which is brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. The courtesy runner for the pitcher is Avery Fricke. So part of our pace of play has been thrown off by a couple of those rule maneuvers that had to be explained and put into play. A different starter listed, and then somebody enters the game. Or the flex and the DP are swapped out. So the flex bats for the DP. DP re-enters. That type of thing. But we also had a couple of interesting plays on the bases that took a little explanation. There was a play down the first base line. The pitch from Conover to Reagan Franzen misses. It's 2-0. Then we had a play at second that was deemed to be fielder's interference. And that took a little explaining from various sources. The 2-0 is hit past short only after Van Zanti fielded it. Went off her glove. It was a tough dive. That's going to be ruled an error, so that's the 3rd error. So Jones will come in to run for Franzen on another IMT Insurance worry-free replacement, IMTINS.com. Going to have a conversation out here as Stacey Alberts makes the walk out to the circle to have a conversation with the infield. Nobody out, and Collins-Maxwell has been able to get both of their runners on, one with a walk, one with an error. Ella Kaler, who had an RBI single back in the first and flew out to center in the second. There's a look at Alberts and the Hawks. And she departs. Alberts in her 15th season, 7th tournament appearance for the Hawks. 334 career wins for Stacey Alberts. She's trying to get 335 here. But this one has a potential to get a little harder hill to climb if Ella Kaler can put the ball in play. She bats against Denali Conover, bunts it, fielded in foul territory. So that ball never made it past the plate. And Kaler will pick up the bat and do it again. Kaler had a knee injury in her career. Kind of lost some of her pop after that surgery. And you can hear what happened to that one as it hits the netting in front of me. But just because you have a knee injury doesn't mean your arm gets any weaker. And Coach Hoke says, man, she's got a cannon out and right. And she did launch one in here towards the plate earlier on in the game. Hits it back towards the pitcher. Conover looks at third, lofts it over to first. So the runners move up to second and third. So Kaler is the first out, and Fricke goes to third. Franzen's runner Jones goes to second. So now Tankersley will bat. Had a single in the first, grounded out in the third. Bats here in the fifth. Spartans up 3, looking to add to it. Denali Conover trying to shut the door right here. First pitch misses inside. The 1-0. Fouled into the dugout fence area. Tankersley puts the bat on the right shoulder, pops it up behind the helmet now. On the 1-1, lays the bunt down. Suicide squeeze, play at the plate, she's out. Conover to Jansen. They don't even flinch, like they didn't even just make an incredibly great play. They just get up and say 2. Conover fields that squeeze from Tankersley and retires Fricke. 1-2 for the second out of the inning. So Tankersley, the fielder's choice. And now we're going to have a pinch runner here. So the flex, the DP comes in. That's Carrie Baldwin. It was Myers who was in the original lineup, but that could have changed before. That's the lineup that was submitted to us. Batting right now for Collins-Maxwell is Olivia Pasquarello. She's walked and singled in this game. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. One great defensive play already. Let's see if there's any other ones. It has not been easy for Collins-Maxwell. They have had to earn every game. The number 1, the defending champ, hasn't really intimidated either of their opponents. Newman and Lynnville-Sully both hanging with in both of these games with Collins-Maxwell. And sometimes number 1 can not say put it on autopilot, but think that we're number 1, people are going to roll over for us. The 2-1 is hit in the air towards right, but it's going to get out into foul territory. So it'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes. That 1-8 game sometimes can go one of 2 ways. It can be a blowout. One says, I got something to prove. Maybe a mismatch more than the seeding would indicate. or number 8 can make it interesting. Here, number 1's fighting for their lives. They're up 3-0. Lynnville-Sully making them earn it. Well hit. That's going to get down and go all the way to the wall. 1 run's going to score. That's Jones waving around third. Here comes the throw and the play at the plate. Going back to third, and it's thrown over and out of the baseline. But diving back, she was able to dive back and reach for the bag was Baldwin. And Baldwin either had the wind knocked out or rolled on that shoulder a little bit. She's out. 1 run does score. It's 4-0 as we go to the 6th.
With new Casey's Rewards, you can turn pizza into school donations. Download the Casey's app and earn points you can turn into donations to the schools you care about most. Or turn points into Casey's Cash or fuel discounts. Start earning more ways to give and get a little more good. Casey's Rewards. Points for school, points for you, points for fuel, points for good. Now at Casey's, every 5th fountain drink you buy is free with Casey's Rewards. Casey's, here for good.
Des Moines. The S's are silent. Our city is buzzing. Catch what you've been missing today.
I'm sure you've gone back and reviewed it. Let's try to do it in real time without the benefit of replay. So Pasquarello roped it to left center, and Jones scored, but then Carrie Baldwin was trying to score. She was initially waved, and then the brakes stopped. She was going to be out by a country mile at the plate. Tried to go back to third. She almost made it. First pitch is hit in the air towards left. Coming in to make the grab is Kaler on Jansen for the first out. That'll bring in Kalia Erzman. But the defensive wherewithal for Lynnville-Sully to keep their composure, even when the ball might have looked like it was going to be a little more problematic. Offering at it and having a strike called is Erzman. Very good defensive poise by Lynnville-Sully. Didn't give up. Collins-Maxwell trying to make him pay. They got 1 run. The bunt is put, and it's fouled. It'll be 0-2. So that could have been 5. But instead it's only 4. So Collins-Maxwell scored another run. 0-3-3 for Lynnville-Sully. 4-6-0 for Collins-Maxwell. That pitch is swung on and missed by Erzman. She's out. Strikeout number 12 for the second out here in the 6th. Caitlin Alberts, the third place hitter, struck out in the 1st and struck out in the 4th. She's trying to get on base, kind of move the line. First pitch from Hogue is stabbed at and missed. Clarksville added a couple more to go up 3-0 on Lisbon. Popped up, out of play. Lisbon knocked out the number 2 seed, Newell Fonda, last night in a battle of young pitching. Riley Allgood for Lisbon won the match. Just a freshman. She was going up against an 8th grader for Newell Fonda. Here we have the senior Hogue who winds and fires, and it's fouled off by Alberts. Going against the junior Conover. So a little upperclassman look here. Clarksville also has a senior pitcher. Swung on and miss in the dirt. Throw down to first. In time, Tankersley grabs it. Side is retired. Strikeout number 13 as we go to the bottom of the 6th.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Erica Hogue, Trinity Stover, and Alexis Hogue due up for Collins-Maxwell as they go to bat here in the 6th, looking for a little insurance. And if they have their way, their last at bat before the state championship game Friday night. But Lynnville-Sully's Denali Conover is going to try to get this 1-2-3 and make it interesting for their half of the inning. Hogue, the 8th grader. First pitch out of the zone. Had a single in the first. Hit into a double play in the third. Another defensive gem from Lynnville-Sully. Fundamentals, always key. I mentioned it last night about 1A. A lot of times some team that might get to state for the first time, second time, or maybe just hadn't seen that pitching, and then they get to state and they just see a great pitcher. If you've got great pitching, you can go a long way. Got to be able to put the bat in play because you're going to be facing good pitching here at the state tournament each and every year. The 3-0 is a strike. And I'm going to guess that the one of the numbers meant take. And Hogue looks at one out of the zone, or in the zone, and lets that one go. It's now 3 balls and 2 strikes. The 3-2 pitch. Inside, ball number 4. Hogue is down to first with a walk. So the number comes in. Stover looks at the play card on her right forearm. Runner at first is Erica Hogue. The pitch. The bunt is down. Back to the pitcher. Throws low. Not able to corral it. Was James. And so now we got runners at first and second. That'll be an error. And that's the 4th Lynnville-Sully error as Erica Hogue goes down to second, Trinity Stover, and it's top of the lineup for Collins-Maxwell. Stacey Alberts asks for time. She's granted. She'll walk out. Over on the other diamond, it is now 4-0 Clarksville, as we are both racing for completion at about the same time. My broadcast partner on Friday night will be Laura Leonard. We've been watching games today in Class 3A, 2A, 1A. Those games not starting until about 2:30 today. Actually, 3 o'clock was the first game that we watched, and that was Williamsburg, a come-from-behind win over Davenport Assumption. So we will have a new champion in 3A First time since 2016 that Assumption, they were going for that rare four-peat. They'd won 3 in a row, state championships. We could still have a repeat in 2A and in 1A if Collins-Maxwell can advance. We will have a new champion in 5A as Valley throw back to third. Somehow, Erica Hogue gets back to second. Not sure how she did. She put half of the dirt around second base down her uniform as she shakes that out. Again, good snap throw. As Alexis Hogue looks to do some damage here. And again, as Erica Hogue tried to draw a throw. Never know if it ends up in center and it can move up a base. But Hogue is up 2-0 in the count. That bunt is hit towards third and was only in fair territory for about 2 feet, and then it rolled foul. Late in the game here, the chalk has kind of disappeared. The 2-1 pitch on the way. Gets away from the catcher, running down to third is Erica Hogue, and Trinity Stover scoots down to second. So the runners move up without Alexis Hogue having to really do anything, but just have a couple of pitches. Now they're going to walk Alexis Hogue to load the bases, put the force back into play. Even if it's intentional, it still counts as a walk, and that's number 7 for Denali. Emma Kaler with nobody out. Bases full of Spartans. Big opportunity here for Collins-Maxwell. Heart of the lineup. First pitch, bounces, hits the batter. That is a hit by pitch. Kaler with an RBI on the hit pitch. Alexis Hogue to second. Erica Hogue scores the 5th Spartan run, and Trinity Stover goes down to third. So now Michaela Hogue, her dad has her arm over her shoulder. So Collins-Maxwell's pitcher, Michaela Hogue, has a chance here to help herself. First pitch is low. Nowhere to put her. Collins-Maxwell, your champion in 2019 and in 2018. The pitch, low again, and that one stopped by Jansen. And Conover falls behind 2-0. The pitch, hit towards left, but right at the left fielder, a laser beam. McFarland with the great catch, gets it back in a hurry for the first out of the 6th. Put an L on that one, L7, out number 1. Well, that's quite the look there behind home. Clouds to the north collecting a little bit of sunlight as the sun makes its way past the horizon to the west. First pitch is swung on and missed by Reagan Franzen. And Clarksville with the win, so Clarksville into the title game with a 4-0 win over Lisbon. They started half an hour after us. That game went about an hour 10. Here we are at an hour 40. Conover winds and fires. Hit on the nose. Pulled foul by Franzen. Four errors looming large for Lynnville-Sully. Assumption had 5 errors and lost. Lynnville-Sully trying to overcome. That pitch somehow, that was 6 to 8 inches off the plate, and Franzen just reached out, fouled it. New ball thrown in from the dugout. Conover trying to get out number 2 here. Trying to get Franzen to miss something. The pitch popped up again. That was up and in. And Franzen somehow fouled that off. Franzen last year played third base. This year, the catcher. Where can you help your team? Always something to think about. What can you do best to help your team? The 1-2 foul down the third base line. It's a good lesson for any team. You think, I'm always the shortstop. I'm always the left fielder. I'm always this position. Where can you do the most good for your squad? Where can you go? This year for Franzen, it's behind the plate. The 1-2 again swung on and missed. As Conover gets the big second out. She went outside of the strike zone on 4 different pitches. Franzen hit 3 of them. It's up to Kaler to keep the inning going for Collins-Maxwell. First pitch is out of the zone. 5-0. Collins-Maxwell leads. Bases loaded here in the bottom of the 6th. The 1-0 catches the plate. Two outs. Bases loaded. The 1-1 popped up into the net, and now Conover is a strike from getting out of this jam. Due up for Lynnville-Sully, Loftus, Keene, and Conover. That one's hit to left. 1 run's going to score. Here comes the second run. Throw play at the plate, not in time. As Stover and Alexis Hogue score. Run 6 and 7. I don't know which one was faster. Hogue was moving. Kaler goes to second. Ella Kaler. So 2 more runs, now 7-0, and now we're going to have Angela Calkins come in and get a chance to swing the bat. And that is a substitution brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. 7-0 Spartans. Calkins on the season. This is only her third at-bat. She's 0 for 2. She gets to bat in a state semifinal game with her team up 7-0. First pitch, strike from Denali Conover. The 0-1 from Conover. Catches the plate. Now she's up 0-2. Conover would love to come out and pitch the 7th. If her team can somehow put together 7 runs. But this could be her final pitch of the 2020 season on 0-2. Ball. See, she didn't want to end on that. The 1-2, low. Ella Kaler at second, or at first, Emma Kaler at second, Ella Kaler at first. That pitch is high. And Calkins has worked the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Bottom of the 6th, Denali Conover fires. Ball 4 and issues a 2-out walk. The 9th Spartan will bat in the inning. They're batted around. Olivia Pasquarello. She had the line shot earlier. And let's see what Stacy Alberts is going to do here. I think we're going to have a lineup. We're going to have a new pitcher. We'll tell you about her when we come back.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
New pitcher, and this pitching change is brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Caitlin Alberts, the junior. She's thrown 8 1/3 innings this year, given up 2 earned runs, an ERA of 1.68. She struck out 11. She has to come in and, with the bases loaded, 2 outs, trying to keep her season alive, team season alive. The Hawks all wait in the circle. All of the players are there, both the outfielders and infielders. As Stover goes out, Alberts, who'd been playing second, now at second is Noun Harder. Yeah, there were movements all over the place here. We had to. So a new center fielder. I can't make out the number from here. So McFarland goes into center. So that means there's a new left fielder. Seven nothing. As the umpire goes over to the Collins-Maxwell dugout to go through the lineup changes. I think we got it all worked out. We're ready for softball. When we last left you, Olivia Pasquarello was due up. She had a walk, a hit, and a hit. She's 2 for 3. So in center is, I think that's Noun Harder in center. Yep. First pitch is fouled off. McFarland went to center, and Conover went to left. Got that all? The 0-1. Off speed. Nice changeup. Way out in front, so Pasquarello a little in front of it. Tough, good place to make a pitching change here, because you gotta mess up the timing of the girl that's gone 2 for 3. Off speed, hit towards center, and it's gonna be caught by McFarland, and Lynnville-Sully needs 7 to tie as we go to the top of the 7th.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics, because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
They say Buena Vista University is in the middle of a bunch of fields.
Hey guys, wait up! Game on. They say our idea of fun is morning tea, and afternoon tea,
And anytime tea.
And we hang out like bumps on a log.
They say Storm Lake, Iowa isn't in the center of the action.
And when we study, we're not exactly grounded.
But you know what we say.
You gotta see it to believe it.
We go to the bottom of, or the top of the 7th, and we go to the some changes here, I believe, in a couple of spots. Staying in the circle. No, that's the change. They're going to Erica Hogue, so there's one change. I think we're going to have a new catcher. So Erica, the 8th grader, is going to get a chance to pitch. Looks like Franzen's going to stay at 3rd. Stover at, no, that's Alexis Hogue at short. Pasquarello will be stay at 2nd. Tankersley at 1st. So Michaela Hogue's night is done. She struck out. 13, Lynnville-Sully, and we'll have a player of the game in just a little bit. I can say that it's a good chance Hogue is going to be in consideration for the player of the game. So leading it off is Mallory Loftus. First pitch goes off the glove of the catcher, and I think that's Marissa Bogey at catcher. The 1-0 to Loftus, misses. Mallory Loftus, a senior. First pit, or second, still will remain 2 balls and a strike on the foul off by Erica Hogue, the pitcher, against Erica Hogue, the pitcher, by Mallory Loftus. The 2-1. Popped up right in the trouble spot, but going over to get it is Trinity Stover and Alexis Hogue. Great defensive play. Alexis gets the first out. Lacey Keene to bat. She struck out twice against Michaela Hogue. Now she bats against Erica Hogue. So looking at other pitchers, it was only a Hogue. Erica, this is her 14th inning of work. With an ERA of under 1 at .54. She's 1-0. Likely to be handed the pitching duties, the reins, next year. But right now, Collins-Maxwell, they're living for this year. So is Lynnville-Sully, trying to extend this one a little bit. Swung on and missed. It's a ball and 2 strikes to Lacey Keene. The pitch. That one hung on a little long and went high. The pitch on the way to Lacey Keene. Ripped, foul. Keene sitting on that pitch. Out in it a little early. The 2-2 on the way. Low. Count goes full to Keene. On deck, Denali Conover. Check, swing, foul down the line at first. 4 errors tonight. 3 hits for Lynnville-Sully. Haven't scored a run yet. So when you only have 7 hits, 4 errors can help you a little. The 3-2 is ball 4. Keene draws the 1-out walk. She's aboard for the first time tonight. Keene coming in to run for Lynnville-Sully will be Caprice Weremuth, and that is a substitution, which is brought to you by IMT. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. That's IMT Insurance. There was a look at Weremuth, the freshman. Conover, first pitch, swung on, fouled back into the net. As we approach the 9 o'clock hour and the 2-hour time length on this one. This is the last game of the night at the complex. The last of the semifinals. No game action until tomorrow, late afternoon at 5 o'clock for that 5A championship. Third place game will actually start at 4:30. Gets by Tankersley, hits the bag. We have a collision at first. So is the rule. It's a foul ball. For now, called a foul ball on Conover's. Ball put in play. Conover dived. Tankersley had it go from right to her left. So they're going to say keeper at first, so they're going to say it was a hit. Or at least safe at first. And we're going to have another substitution. Be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. So coming in to run is Michaela Tice again. Tice had run for Conover earlier in this game. So now Kaylor Noun-Harder will bat. So that's ruled a hit. Kaylor swings, first pitch, Tankersley field, steps on the bag, and there's 2 away. And it's up to Reagan McFarland. And then, no, it's not. It's going to be Janelle Rosendahl. Another worry-free IMT insurance moment. Learn how you can be worry-free with imtins.com. So Janelle Rosendahl, the senior, gets a chance to bat here. Rosendahl going to play volleyball at Mount Mercy. She's trying to keep her softball season alive here. Erica Hogue pitches, comebacker, well actually gets in front of the catcher, throw to first, out! And Collins-Maxwell has the chance to go for a three-peat on Friday night in Class 1A as they advance to the state title game with a 7-0 win over Lynnville-Sully. We'll have our player of the game. We'll recap it and tell you all about it right after this.
MidAmerican Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Hey, Central College has a new tuition price of just $18,600. That means the college experience that opens doors for a lifetime is more affordable than ever, and scholarships are still available. Apply today at central.edu.
With new Casey's Rewards, you can turn pizza into school donations. Download the Casey's app and earn points you can turn into donations to the schools you care about most. Or turn points into Casey's Cash or fuel discounts. Start earning more ways to give and get a little more good. Casey's Rewards. Points for school, points for you, points for fuel, points for good. Now at Casey's, every fifth fountain drink you buy is free with Casey's Rewards. Casey's, here for good.
Believe it when I know ya, we going high. Gotta climb to the top, but we're never gonna stop. When I know ya, we going high. We're going high.
Des Moines, The yeses are silent. Our city is buzzing. Catch what you've been missing today.
We the people are what make this community great. We work hard. We work together. And we do our part to be a part of something bigger. That's why at Fairway, we're determined to keep food prices low, quality high, and tables full. Because this is our community. And that's what we do. At
That
Waldorf
is
University,
your Casey's player of the game. You're looking at Michaela Hogue. 3 hits
warriors.
tonight, 13
On
strikeouts.
campus,
Not too bad, Michaela. What'd you think of that one?
Yeah, I came out a lot better today. Other than the first round game, I was a lot more comfortable, like myself. So it's just good to go out and feel good. And our defense played sound all the way around, and they hit the ball really well. And so that obviously takes pressure off of me. So it's just good that our whole team came together and did what we had to do to win.
Now, wait a minute. I think you've been here a couple of times. How is it that first game kind of got away from you a little bit?
You never know with those first games. You know, crazy things happen up here. We do it enough to win. Obviously, you're not going to throw your best every game, but this game I was determined to come out and just have fun and stay loose. And obviously, we've been here before. We know what it's about, and I think we're playing just like we normally do.
2 state championships in a row with a chance for 3. What's that mean?
It means like everything. Just the opportunity for our big senior class to go out on top, getting to that championship game again. It's hard to get there. So now that we're there, I think we're excited to just have one last shot at it. It's going to be a fun game, fun rematch. They're a tough team, but we're all really excited just for the opportunity too, because we at the beginning didn't even know if we're going to have this season.
All right, Michaela Hogue, thank you so very much. Congratulations, and we will see you Friday night.
Thank you.
Michaela Hogue, our Casey's player of the game, as Casey's is all over Iowa and a proud sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and today's player of the game. Casey's is at the heart of many Iowa communities, cheering on our local teams and fans and making sure there's fresh pizza ready, win or lose. Sign up for new Casey's Rewards, the rewards program that gives back by letting you redeem points for Casey's Cash, fuel, discounts, or donations to local schools. You know, with so much going on in this contest tonight, it was hard to get that in, but, you know, player of the game, pretty obvious from the pitching circle. Michaela Hogue, a little bit of struggle, she said there. You could kind of hear it in that opening game against Newman, but tonight, doubt was erased. 3 hits and 13 strikeouts for Michaela Hogue, and Collins-Maxwell a chance for 3 in a row. They'll play in that championship game Friday night against Clarksville. For all of us here on the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union softball digital network, which has been powered by Mid-American Energy and brought to you by Farm Bureau, we thank you for watching the select quarterfinal and semifinal games. This is a hardworking crew, and I thank each and every one of them for giving it their all for these games these first 3 days. We'll hand it off and have the finals on Iowa PBS coming up on Thursday and Friday night. For all of us here, good night from Fort Dodge.